welcome to another episode of the Big Brothers of Destruction podcast. It's the Masaku.
It's your boy, Swag Switcher in the building.
And god dang it, boy, we got some shit to talk about in this wacky world of wrestling.
It's been a very, very interesting week.
Nigga, fuck that shit. Let's go straight to Dynamite, bro. I'm ready to talk about it because I need to hear your opinion. I know we briefly talked. Nah, bro, boy. Here's the thing. For everybody that hasn't had the chance, Dynamite had blood and guts. Okay? We still got to wait for the outcome of Collision to see if anybody sold anything that happened. Okay? But the women's blood and guts, the men blood and guts, I'll give it this much. Yes, these individuals put their body on the line to give us a spectacle. But some of it wasn't worth it. Some of the stuff that happened on there, I'm like, okay, I made a video and I had to fix it. But I was like, who did this? Why did we need to do this? Why was this spot? Why does this person need to take this bump? There were so many things I was wondering during this match. But before we get really in depth into the whole match itself, what was your thoughts going into this? Into Dynamite, into blood and guts?
All right, so because I would say out of the two, the one that actually, no, I gotta take that back. Originally, out of the two, the one blood and guts match that made the most sense was the women's blood and guts match. All right. I was all right with the women's blood and guts match with how everything had transpired. The girls who were originally included, they've been having all kinds of fights. They've had the plunder matches, spanking each other with spatulas. Like they've been fighting and beating the hell out of each other for quite some time now. So it made sense. Until we had to put Mercedes into the match.
Yes, because that was stupid.
And actually, it's funny because I saw a picture that Mercedes Moné posted, and it said blood and guts, and it showed like she fucked up her finger. I shit you not. She posted it on the gram. No, she posted it on the Twitters. Okay, she posted it on Twitter, and I almost swear it said blood and guts, and it's a picture of her. And it's like her hand, and it's like her hand was like kind of fucked up. Not even her hand. It was her finger. Her finger was busted.
I better not find this photo. I swear to God.
Bro, it's there. Bro, I will find it later and send it to you. I saw it in passing. But it's like her and Statlander, they put into this match. And the only reasons why...
Well, first we got to let everybody know who was in the match. So... we got the Triangle. Is it Triangle of Madness?
It was the Triangle of Madness.
We have Marina Shafir. We have Megan Bain. We had who was the last person in that group?
And then Mercedes.
Yeah, Mercedes. And then we had on the opposite side, we had
Willow and
Chris Statlander. We also had
Chris Statlander,
Harley.
Mm-hmm.
We had Tony Storm and Mina.
Mm-hmm. So, like, when it comes to Triangle of wait a second. You said Jamie Hayter, right? Did you throw her in there?
No, I forgot Jamie Hayter. Yeah, Jamie Hayter.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, there's certain pieces of this that I kind of get, all right? Because this really all started with Jamie Hayter and Queen Aminata. But Queen Aminata is hurt, okay? And so, I believe... who they used to replace her, I guess, was Tony Storm or something? Or,
no, Mina.
Or I guess they used
Mina.
Replaced her.
Mina Shafir. Mina. Can't remember her name, but her, Tony's partner. Yeah.
So, like, I guess they used her to replace that. Yeah. So on the on the opposite side with the bad guys, right? It was the Triangle of Madness, okay, which they've always been a part of this story, and then we had Megan Bain, who has been a part of the story as well.
Who, to me, in a blood and guts match, I was like, man, I did that didn't make sense to me.
What, her being in the match?
Okay, in the storyline aspect, yes, but like a character like Megan Bang, I don't know why it just, I see like certain like monster characters like her in matches like this where she's kind of like currently where I see like Jade Cargill, like they're doing the way they're doing her right now. She's very look at me, but I'm not really gonna be doing shit because they don't know how to book me.
I mean, fair, which is fair, but as far as and honestly, I can agree with you. Like outside of the fact that she also like did not follow the rules of like street fight wear. No, she came in her wrestling gear, but
but it makes sense for her character though. She's supposed to be this goddess,
Yeah, which is fine, but like her in a blood and guts match is like okay. However, she did her thing in the match.
No.
As far as I'm concerned,
that first drop kick that she donkey kick, that shit was crazy.
But her tag team partner, who she at least showed up, she would have been into that match, but she was hurt,
also injured,
which makes sense why Shafir was in the match because she's pretty much taking old girl's place. Okay, and then. It's like, but then when you come down to the part of, because who am I forgetting here right now?
Okay, you got Triangle Magus, Megan Bang, and you also have Moné.
And then so everyone that I said up until this point made sense until you get to Moné. Moné did not need to be in this match.
Especially, their whole thing was we need to build up Chris Statlander and Moné's match because the minute Chris Statlander came out there and they showed the graphic, I was like, why are we doing that? Why? WWE doesn't do that, and I'm glad they don't fucking do that. It's like, hey, we need to let you know this match is coming up like in 2 weeks. It's like, no, but the storyline is not involving that. It takes me out of the match so quickly when they do those graphics.
Those two have let me put it this way. Everything that happened in the match, if you took those two out, as a matter of fact, when you watch the match, those two take each other out
through a table spot.
Through the table spot. And everything that happens moving forward could have easily happened literally without them. Literally without them.
The ending had nothing to do with them either.
The ending completely had nothing to do with them because the match had nothing to do with them.
Exactly. And then also, why is Chris Statlander and Willow Nightingale having their, oh no, we're good. I'm not here to beat you up. I'm like, bro, are we still on this?
It was never resolved. So
it's not even that, but like, you got this match coming up. Why the fuck are you not strategizing as a group? This is why the fucking heels won, because they seem like a fucking unit.
Because when you look at the good guys' side, right? The people who are directly involved with the Triangle of Madness is Willow Nightingale, Harley, Jamie Hayter, and Queen Aminata. Queen Aminata was hurt, and so... What was it? And so then we replaced her with Mina. But the thing is, Mina... Actually, I can't even say we replaced her with Mina because, if I'm not mistaken, and I could be wrong, but I do believe Mina actually had a bit more to do with the Triangle of Madness at least during like some of the early parts of it.
Potentially.
Because during that time, Toni Storm... she was the champion and she was dealing with much better and funner things, more necessary things. Now, Toni Storm kind of sort of has a little bit to do with it, only because of the fact that I won't even say she very extremely loosely, because she did fight Tekla in the 4-way match. Tekla was in that 4-way match where she ultimately lost her title type thing. So there is that piece. And so with the people who ended up on the good guys' side, Toni Storm included, and I mean barely by the skin of teeth, Does it make sense? Now, the only other reason, actually, not the only other reason, and not because of the original story going into this, but of current, is the fact that I do believe Toni Storm and her tag team partner are supposed to be going up against Megan Bayne and Shafir.
Oh well, oh yeah, because they're in the tournament, yeah.
Because of the tournament.
They tried to push that narrative in there.
So it's like there is ways where, as a fan, or at least critical fans like us, can at least make it make sense enough for us to at least be like, all right, whatever, it's cool. There's, if you're looking for the story in it all.
There was parts that I had to turn off my brain, but even then, my hands were here the whole time, just like, bro, why? I'm just doing that the whole time.
But ultimately, just to get to the next part of all of this, Moné and the women's champion, we could have had this whole blood and guts match without them.
Can we talk about how stupid it was that she gave all the girls her belts to use as weapons?
It's the spot, bro. It's
to me spot. That was like you were disgracing all those belts that have prestige, like whatever promotion or whatever. You're like, yo, we're just gonna use this.
Disgrace.
Yeah, I'm just saying, just throwing them around. Like, bro, did you also see how many unprotected back of the head shots they did with belts?
Well, it is blood and guts, so
unprotected back of the head shots with belts.
So.
That shit would hurt worse than anything.
I think ultimately, when it comes to the females' blood and guts match,
it was a spectacle.
It was indeed a spectacle. It was a bunch of women who, for all intents and purposes, wanted to go out there and be like, hey, we can do what Jon Moxley and Darby Allin do too.
And honestly, in reality, I made this comment before. I said that the women often have the best hardcore matches. Not the death matches, hardcore matches. This technically was a death match.
Oh, 100%.
But even then, like, some of the things that they did in that match, I was like, wow. Like, I was desensitized by the time we went to the men in blood and guts. I was like, bro, I already saw the worst of it. And even the men's blood and guts was tamed. Bro, we saw somebody get hit in the face with a mirror. There was tacks on the floor already. Like, bro, so much going on in the women's one.
So, and I think that's another thing to really bring home about all of this. And I also want to put out there the fact that it's like, the girls, yes, I think, yes, they comparatively speaking, the guys had a extremely heavy hardcore match compared to an actual death match in the women, all right? But the reason why both have to go so hard is because leading up to this, right, we've had damn near non-stop hardcore-esque matches for at least the last 2 months. And the problem with the way that AEW runs these things is the fact that, to me, they don't give these kind of matches the time to breathe. To the point where it's like, no, for all it, like, AEW is almost at a point where they're becoming just a softcore
horrorcore.
Horrorcore. No, well, no, not quite. No, that was just the I Quit match.
Oh, okay.
But like AEW, it's like they're, for some reason, like slowly transitioning to becoming just this like a indie deathmatch show. Cause now this happens, right? Now we had this, this big whole situation, and it's like at the next pay-per-view, we're gonna have Samoa Joe and Hangman in a cage match.
And when you say that too,
we're also going to have Briscoe and the what is it? And Kyle Fletcher in a no DQ match. So obviously there's going to be more blood and guts there too. And so it's like they keep giving us this constantly over and over and over and over again, to the point where, just like when you would watch a deathmatch wrestling show, it's like, oh, okay, cool. It's blood. They're beating each other with weapons. All right, whatever.
Let's remember, this is the promotion where wrestling lives.
Yes.
And I'm not seeing any goddamn wrestling.
Well, that's because when they gave us nothing but wrestling, they got to the point where they could only give us so much more wrestling that it started getting boring. And so now they're like, fuck, it's getting boring. Bring out weapons. Fuck, they're getting bored. Bring out more weapons.
Oh, they're getting bored.
They're still
trying to kill
bored?
each other.
Waterboarding.
Yeah.
And that's the problem. Could you imagine how much more impactful that women's blood and guts would have been
if it was the last match?
Well, not even if it was the last match.
It was the only one.
Imagine when was the last pay-per-view for AEW?
I want to say 3 weeks ago?
3 weeks ago.
I'm sorry.
Imagine if, and granted, I feel as if we would need more, but imagine if after that last pay-per-view that we had, where we had the horror corn going on, or the torture corn going on, imagine if ever since then, not one weapon was seen on AEW. Imagine if they starved us from these hardcore plunder matches since that pay-per-view. There wasn't a drop of blood to have been shed since Darby Allin's match. Imagine if that would have happened. How much even more impactful, and this is just across the board, that this whole blood and guts thing would have been. How much more impactful it would have been. Because at that point, we haven't seen no blood. We haven't seen any plunder matches. We would not have seen anything. But since then, I'm pretty certain every single AEW show that has come on since then has had some kind of no DQ kind of match going on. Now, maybe not everyone bled every single time, but there has been plenty of blood to happen since then. But it's like they're not starving us of these things, and therefore it's making these matches feel like we less care. We're going to start watching these matches like how your stereotypical, person would watch a death match. When you watch a death match wrestling show, if you've never watched a death match wrestling show, the first time you see them start doing death match shit, oh, that's crazy. That's real crazy. But then as the show goes on, it's like, all right, I'm used to it now.
I'm normalized to it.
It's been normalized to me. And deathmatch, especially in the type of company like AEW, that kind of wrestling should be extremely special. And they're not making it special anymore.
And then thinking back to it, like the match with the Will Ospreay and Kyle Fletcher match, like, man, that it was a feud ender. But, like, just imagine, like, if that had the proper send-off of how that match was. It wasn't a death match, but it was very hardcore.
It was. But to that fact, there was, like, I think that particular match, wasn't that the same night that Tony Storm and, what's her name, had their full-on bloody, wrapping glass in their hands and hitting each other with the glass-infested hands match?
Yep.
When you have that kind of match, it takes away from that fucking Hell in a, or that cage match that they had. Now, granted, they were also doing a lot of over saturating of like their finishing moves. I drop you on your head, then you get right back up. I drop you on your head, get back up. I do my finisher, and then you do your finisher, and then we both stand up after doing each other's finisher, and it was
the crowd applauses and shit.
But AEW has gotten better from that.
Mm-hmm.
At least, thank God. But it's like, but now but because they did all that in the past, you know, it's that whole situation of you got to train your audience.
Well, they're trying to train us right now.
WWE's got their audience very well trained. WWE, if they really wanted to like freaking like superbly wow us for whatever reason, like just out of nowhere, they could on their next pay-per-view be like, there's going to be a Hell in a Cell match. And two people are going to be in it. And then we
would not know what the fuck. We would not know how to react to that. We'd be like, oh shit.
Exactly. You know why? Because we don't get that kind of stuff anymore. And then that Hell in a Cell match, because we just don't get that stuff as much as we do in AEW, it's going to feel special. And we're going to watch it anyway. And the other half to that is the fact that going into the match, they're going to tack on a story that's going to get us even more pulled into it, because no matter how much people are going to say it and try to deny it, the story is what makes the wrestling worth watching.
And that was what I was trying to do when I was going into these matches. It's like, what was the story? And, with the women's match, there was technically story there, and the ending and how it ended was like, okay, you're trying to showcase that Toni Storm's like whole MO is like protecting her friend right now, and it's basically another storyline that she's done already. I could say this much. The women gave their bodies, the guys gave their bodies. It was interesting to be a 3-match show too, by the way, but those people definitely got their money's worth.
Now that I would say, and I feel one of the things that from watching this, one of the things I told myself was that I feel like, comparably speaking, I feel like I would get so much more out of AEW from just watching it live,
probably,
as opposed to watching it on TV.
Mm-hmm.
Our friend Lord Zay, he's gone and seen AEW in person several times now.
Mm-hmm.
And he always tells me that whenever he goes to watch AEW live, the atmosphere is so amazing and it's so fun. Because when you're live, you're just in the moment of the wrestling.
Mm-hmm.
And whenever you watch wrestling live, the only thing that, especially if you're watching an indie show live, the only thing that matters is the story that's being told to you right in front of your face. Now, it does help if you know that there is ongoing story prior, because then that brings even more light to the match, outside of the name of the person who's fighting, type thing. But it's like, outside of that, it's like, when you don't have anything else to hold you to it, it's like... But going back into the women's blood and guts match, I don't... Let me say, when it comes to both matches, as far as the match itself, I don't have any gripes with it. I do feel that with the women's blood... It's like, with the women's blood and guts match, it felt like they were trying to make a statement.
Yeah, they really were.
There was a specific statement that was trying to be made.
We are more hardcore than the men, and they fucking are.
And though it was chaotic, to say the least, because of the nature of the match, it did not have to be super cohesive and make a whole lot of sense. And the way that it ended, I was perfectly happy with, because I was so worried that Moné was going to leave her big stamp on this match and completely take away from all of the girls who this match was really about, which was literally everybody else but Moné and Statlander. So I'm glad that they got completely taken out of the picture so that the real stars of this match could get their shine. Now, because of injuries and stuff like that, because I feel bad for Queen Aminata, because she really needed to be in this match, because she made sense. And I do believe Queen Aminata would have placed would have replaced Tony Storm out of anybody who would have been there.
Yeah.
Because that would have made the most sense. And same with Penelope Ford. I feel like she also needed to be in this match, but replacing the Tony Storm and then bringing in Shafir, I do believe that it did the thing where the main people in this match got their story in and what made sense, but then to also still progress another story going on with the people who kind of sort of didn't have anything to do with this match, being Shafir and Tony Storm. The thing happened, and I'm like, this works.
You could tell how much Shafir wasn't really into it, because like after the match, the thing did it, the bell rings, and the girls just jumped Tony, and Shafir's just like, That's, I was like,
that was a little awkward.
That was like, yeah, that's how my reaction was like, what is this shit that we just watched?
And then after they like kind of like jumped at the end, like they're kicking Tony Storm, and like like one of those things where like Shafir was like hitting Tony Storm a couple of times, but Tony Storm was like completely no selling it.
Yeah,
like
bitch, we're done. Like
so like that was a little weird to me.
Yeah,
but like for me, I was like, ooh, was that supposed? But did she go out of turn? Did she? But
all I gotta say is, man, the fact that we have to have a women's and a men's versions of these match, and then we're even doing it in WWE, it really it desensitizes you from like, okay, you just watched one of them. And honestly, if we would have just got the women's one that night, I would have been perfectly fucking fine, because that was the right amount of violence I needed.
Not only that, but it was like, out of the two, that one was the one that was not forced.
Yes.
Like, this one literally had been building up for ages.
Yeah.
Now, in a hindsight look, as we now go into the men's blood and guts, right?
We even gonna talk about Hangman and Powerhouse.
Yeah, I mean, that match was whatever.
They did the Royal Rumble, the Royal Rumble 1999, Mankind and Rock ending
a little
bit, yeah, because of the lights and shit. Yeah.
Now the one thing I will say about that match, and it's one of the things that I'm like, why I'm like really getting behind the Cowboy, which is crazy, because in the very beginning of AEW, I didn't give a fuck about Hangman Page, bro.
I didn't either, because he drank milk, whereas no, wait, it wasn't him. No, it was Omega that drank milk. Never mind. Go ahead.
I didn't give a fuck about. What was that?
That was his.
Oh, from here it sounded like a guitar. I'm like, excuse me. Are you about to Elias me? Hit me with the goddamn or hit me with the fucking double J. Ha ha! Like
right in the head.
But I have to give it to Hangman, because I feel only Hangman can have a match between two matches of this caliber and hold the crowd the way that he did.
Somebody else said that shit in the comment section, and I saw that too, that says only after a match like that can Hangman keep a crowd okay. Like,
because usually because you see it all the time, when you have a big exciting match like that, the crowd is like, all right, next match, boom, they fucking die.
Mm-hmm.
But Hangman and Hobbs,
it was slow enough that you didn't need too much energy to watch that match.
No, and then even with the match being a non-title match at that, like, only Hangman has the ability to take a complete match that means absolutely fuck diddly squat nothing, and still make it kind of worth watching and make you kind of care. I got Hangman.
Hold on, man. Give Powerhouse some props to my guy. Even though I don't like how, and I can see why Mark Henry's pissed at this. He doesn't like it that he gave Powerhouse his world's strongest slam. He gave him the move.
He did?
Yeah, he gave him the move.
Okay.
But they're not calling it the world's strongest slam. They're calling it the world's dangerous slam. And Mark is pissed.
Really?
Because he's like, well, because you diminished my move. It's supposed to be the world's strongest slam. Now, when you say it's the world's dangerous slam, then you diminish my version.
A little, yeah. I mean...
And then plus, I passed it down to the... Like, think of Kevin, like Owen Hart. Granted, it's not the Stone Cold Stunner. It's still the Stunner.
So... I agree, but at the same time, the reason why I can almost be like he should relax and be okay with it is because of the difference between someone doing a spear and somebody doing the gore. Because, like, now, if Powerhouse Hobbs does the world's dangerous slam, it has been now well noted that when someone kicks out, it's obviously not as good as Mark Henry does it. Because no one normally unless you are the greatest of great, like no one's Cena. Kicking out of the world's strongest slam. And for all intents and purposes, Powerhouse Hobbs couldn't do a world's strongest slam if he wanted to. You know why? Because he's not the world's strongest man.
Power.
But no, I know. Powerhouse Hobbs, he did his thing that match. Busted his ass, literally. But
that moment when he did do the slam on the steps, though, I felt for Hangman, that shit, bro. I was like, ooh. That wasn't back. It was all here.
You know, when you're sitting there, it's like, oh, he gonna reverse that. Boom.
Ooh. And he on camera, I told you I was gonna hurt you, and I was like, I see what you're doing. You're not Hall of Pain, Mark Henry, but I see what you're doing.
Listen,
you're trying to be that, hard body. But, the fact that I will say this much about AEW too, and this is what anybody can say about it, and it's what gives AEW its flair. There is always variety in every match that's going on in AEW. You might get some technical wrestling. You might get some comedy wrestling. You might get your death match. You might get your hardcore match. But in WWE, it's kind of always just one style. You know what I'm saying? At least with AEW, there's variety.
So that I can easily give you. Now, I can easily give that to you, and the reasons why is because where AEW, for all intents and purposes, now has no choice but to fucking try and get something going. WWE is sitting in a position where they don't have to.
Yeah.
They used to give us variety.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like they used to mix shit up, but it's like they're at this point of corporate where they're like, we're getting paid so much money, we don't have to do a whole bunch because everyone's going to get it. And I don't want to go too far off on a tangent, but like a fantastic comparison, and this goes out to our nerds out there, a great comparison to WWE right now is the Pokemon Company and Nintendo. Pokemon, as a franchise, makes so much money. I do believe I saw, like, on the list, if Pokemon is number 1, and then, like, Mickey Mouse is number 2, and then there's somebody else right under Mickey Mouse.
They make more than Mickey Mouse?
Let me put it this way. If Mickey Mouse and whoever the third place person is combined their powers, they, if I'm not mistaken, they still don't. And if they do, they barely beat Pokemon. That's how high up in the upper echelon Pokemon. So they
eating like Elon Musk type shit, like money, like wow.
They are wiping their ass with money and then pissing on it.
Oh, they're like, fuck, I got so much money, I know what to do with it.
Correct.
Okay.
And so with that, Pokemon, when it comes to their games, they don't have to try. Kind of like WWE.
You know what? I see what you're saying now, because almost until this new one I saw, Every Pokemon game, same shit, new mechanic.
And even then, it's not even a new mechanic. It's a new gimmick at that. It's more so a new gimmick.
Blue and red, yellow and white. Yeah.
But it's like Pokemon, they're out here, they'll put together a game, and then it's like when they put it together, they don't have to put their heart and soul into it.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? To put into a perspective, right? I believe when you look at, like, what's the game right now you playing right now?
Sengoku Dynasty?
How many gigs is that game?
Say 7 gigs.
It's 7?
Let's say 7.
Okay. So, and you see how much is but there's a lot of substance and there's a decent amount of stuff put into it. Yeah. Now, and then if you look at a game like
Call of Duty.
Sure.
That's like 100 gigs.
You could say Call of Duty or even maybe like some of these fighting games with the really nice graphics. You know what I'm saying? Like they're usually on a more higher end of gigs kind of thing. Because they have so much pumped into it. When it comes to Pokemon, the newest Pokemon game, right? It's like 10 gigs. All right. And then compared to the last game where it was like super duper open world, and I'm talking like you can travel far and wide and go to all these different areas, like it's a really big map. This game, you go from big super open world to just one city. It's just one city.
In the new Pokemon one?
Yes, it's one city. Now, granted, it is fun, and I personally do still enjoy it.
It's got to be a big ass city.
It is a big city, but compared to the last Pokemon game, not even close to size. The last Pokemon game, what was that? Scarlet and Violet, extremely larger. But it's one of those things where they made so much money, and they continue to make so much money. They've kind of sort of, and a lot of people are starting to catch them on this shit. They're noticing that, like, hey, y'all could make a better game. Like, this could be a lot better. And especially, which is why I was complimenting on your wife playing Power World in there, right? If you look at Power World compared to the last Pokemon game, which is around the time when the last Pokemon game came out, Power World is like upwards in gigs. Power World has the same mechanics as the current Pokemon game right now, where it's like where you're fighting in live action. But Power World does 3 times as much stuff. It has 10 times more area to traverse than what this Pokemon game does. Which is probably the reason why a lot of Power World and Pokemon are butting heads, because Pokemon is looking at Power World like, you're fucking up the way we look right now. Because, sure, we could do that, but then we'd have to pay people. And we want to make money, not spend money. Now, of course, with that being said, Power World is from an indie company, and they
got to do it. They are the equivalent of getting it out the mud.
Exactly. But it's like going back to with WWE and stuff, rounding up this comparison is the fact that like WWE is in the space where they're all like, we can give them slop and they're still going to watch it. They're going to buy the merch because they want to see the characters that we have. You know what I'm saying? If Cody Rhodes is our Pikachu, you know what I'm saying? Or, and like we want to see the Cody Rhodes. Regardless of how you give it to us, we still want to see it. You know what I'm saying? And then it's like, and how they how they make us want. Sure, we'll bring back an old Pokemon that we haven't let y'all see, and we'll make a Mega Evolve. Cool. Now
like Starmie.
There you go. Yeah, exactly. Now you got Mega Evolve Starmie. Woo! Look how much fun that is now. And it's like the only way Pokemon is probably going to change or react or do anything to become better is the same way, the only way that WWE is going to change or react and become better. And there's two options. Either A, AEW or Power World just gets better. Yeah, you see where that's going. Or we as consumers stop fucking buying.
Which they're getting really close to that because of ticket sales too.
Funny enough, comparably speaking, yes, because Pokemon games give us this small amount of game for $80 out here.
It's 80?
Bro.
It's not. So 60 has always been the
yeah, no. Video games are $80 going on 100 nowadays, bro. Yes.
This is why.
Yes.
This is why I haven't bought a lot of new games, and I just
and yes, because they're very expensive, like WWE is, and there's not a whole lot of substance that they're putting into.
A lot of DLC that you got to purchase.
Yes, man. Yeah, DLC microtransactions.
Is that in Pokemon too?
Not yet. Well, actually, I can't even say that because it's like with the new game. There is Mega Stones and Mega Evolutions that you can't acquire until you buy the DLC. And the problem is, and unfortunately I am part of the problem, I'm buying the DLC because I want my Mega Evolution Pikachu.
And therefore, you are literally just like WWE. We're going to give you slop, and you're still going to fucking buy it.
It's a problem. Because, once again, it's the whole thing where it's like, man, I would love to not want to watch it and make it hurt their pockets, but I kind of like Cody Rhodes. And the only way I'm going to be able to see Cody Rhodes is if I watch and look at WWE shit. So until Pikachu and Raichu goes over to Power World, maybe they'll keep getting my money, I guess. It's the worst.
You know, it's interesting you say that because I'm thinking about WWE. Is there one wrestler right now outside of Penta that I'm like, man, I gotta watch every. And when Penta first came, I was watching Raw. I was at that bitch the minute Netflix, doom, I was there. Okay, I was there. When Penta first came, I was in that doom. When's Penta coming out, bitch? And then now it's like, oh, he's not here this week. He's not here this week. Oh, he's being jobbed this week. Okay, so I am not as like, oh, I be right in front of Raw immediately. There's no wrestler currently in WWE that is pulling me in that deep. Pause. Besides, I did pop for seeing Zack Ryder. I'm gonna get to that when we talk about WWE next. We did kind of get a little away from the men's blood and guts match.
But what is there about the men's blood and guts match? Outside the fact that
Orange fucking Cassidy, my guy. That is who. Orange Cassidy. While they say Kyle O'Reilly was the MVP, and it's only because he bled buckets.
Buckets.
To me, he wasn't the MVP. To me, it's always Orange Cassidy. It should always be Orange Cassidy. I don't know what it is because he's a comedy wrestler, but he's a comedy wrestler who can fucking wrestle. That's the issue. Like, if, say Joe Henry, okay? I'm not a big fan of his wrestling style. I know he's not technically a comedy wrestler, but he has a comedy like song or whatever.
He's got his gimmick is more comedic.
Yeah. And the same thing for Orange Cassidy. He's supposed to be a guy who doesn't give a fuck. But when he's in that goddamn ring, bro, every time he just makes it fucking fun. And so, yeah, they did a spot at some point where they stapled his hands to his fucking pants, which your boy Johnny, that nigga was mad about that, boy.
Really?
Yeah, because when I watched the fucking after show, and then there was the part where, he does the kip up and he pops his hands out. He was like, that was fucking stupid. You know how big them fucking staples gotta be?
Oh, yeah. I remember. Yeah.
He was like, you know how big them fucking staples gotta be to actually connect his hand? So to me, it was stupid. I was like, damn, bro. I was like, I mean, he right though, but it was like, come on, man. Like, that was a part of it. It was like, all right, man, We get it, but like we're here for the ride, bro. The realistic nature of this shit is you turn your brain off for a second.
Yeah,
okay?
you have to, especially with a match like this. You got to turn it off.
Yeah,
because we got niggas in here literally jabbing each other with, shanking each other with forks.
Yes, and a man is literally being choked with chain, bully choke, and still saying, "Fuck yeah," you know what I'm saying? Like, how?
Yeah, how do you just
no?
Yeah, that's crazy.
No.
Especially when you look at how that was and then how it ended. With
Moxley tapping twice is crazy.
Twice? This is like his third time.
Or what? Still crazy. So I think the story is it's supposed to be like, you know, John Moxley talks all this shit and then you know, Ryder show up and he's the reason why they lose. And so some people are saying they're gonna
losing in the clutch a lot.
Yeah, so they're saying that the story is gonna be, you know, they're gonna come up to him like, yo, you keep making us lose. You can't be leader no more.
Which is where that should go.
Yeah. And hopefully ends the Death Riders.
Oh, that'd be great.
Yeah.
Or put Pac in charge of the fucking
honestly,
Death
man,
Riders.
you see how Pac was looking in that goddamn match?
Fam.
My man was hiding his muscles in his tank top.
Bro, barely.
Bruh.
I was streaming while watching the pay-per-view because they was running into my usual streaming time on Wednesdays, which is at 10 o'clock for anyone who wants to watch. Twitch, Swag Switcher, you know. But like, as I'm watching, which I now want to go back and like look at that stream because I'm explaining the shit that I'm seeing on stream. And it probably sounds like I'm explaining like people killing each other. Cause while watching was when Pac took him up to the top, Gabe Kidd, it comes out, it interferes, and they throw him into the table.
We're talking about Darby Allin, yeah.
And not only, but it's like after he gets put through the table, you legitimately see him actually on fire, which was wild.
It was a brief moment too, like and I hate to be this person, but when he touched the flame really went out after the first spin. It was just like his pants really got caught.
No. If you look back, he actually had fire on his back.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. After the first spin, it was gone.
Well, no. So it's like when he went through, it was like, boom, he gets up, you see the fire.
Yeah.
And then as he crawls away,
yeah,
the fire is still there on his back.
Yeah, but it was on his butt.
No, it was on the back.
Oh, back? Okay.
He literally literally was like this, like he had flames still going until
they didn't even fire extinguish that nigga, bro. That's what I'm saying.
Which is crazy. They did not do that.
Yeah,
they just threw like a blanket on him or whatever.
That was a fire blanket then, so that kills it better than a fire extinguisher.
And so it was like
it's just very scratchy feeling.
Yeah, and so it was like that happens, and I was just like I literally like, oh my god, I literally just saw a man be put on fire in the middle of a wrestling match.
I mean, he almost threw a Molotov at one of the motherfuckers, so he wouldn't be the first.
I mean, this is also true. But like when it comes to the men's one, number one, what takes me out of it is the fact that I'm just tired of Death Riders. All right. So there's that piece. And then when it comes to the conglomeration,
I fucking love the theme song though.
When it comes to the conglomeration being a part of this, it was rushed. Whew. It was rushed. And they kind of sort of did the thing where it's all like, well, shit, if the girls got one, we need to make one for the men's kind of thing. And that's really
stupid.
Yes, and that's kind of sort of all that I got out of it. Really, to be honest.
It's
like
stupid, and we want to make a women's one too.
The
men's one, excuse me.
The men's one was okay. And then, did you ever see the video of Briscoe talking after the match?
Yeah, which is why you probably shouldn't give him a microphone. Okay,
when him talking after the match, it's like,
"Every day, bro, baby, thank y'all so much, baby." But you know, you got to remember, he is a country boy who has a chicken farm. So,
but it's not even just that. It's the when you listen to what he says, kind of thing, right? It's like, in my mind, I'm like, well, why did you have to go out of your way to make that statement? Like, why did you? It's like
Which one are you talking about?
Because at the end of the match, and I think this was like something like after the fact, like when the show went off.
And
Briscoe was talking. It's like with what he was kind of saying, it's kind of like, like, hey, you're not gonna see stuff like this anywhere else but here, and all this other stuff. And it's like, why do you have to bring attention to that?
You know why? Because literally in 2 weeks or whatever the time frame is, you're literally going to see the same concept at WWE. You forget, and this is why I was telling you motherfuckers in the video about West Side Gun, bitch, this is war. This is war. This is not play. We're not friends. We are enemies. We are beefing, nigga. So anything they do, we do it better. Why do you fucking think we have blood and guts on a Wednesday, nigga? Like, it made no sense. They couldn't do a pay-per-view in time. They couldn't do it in Full Gear because Full Gear is after Survivor Series. So they say, you know what? We're going to put our WarGames in front of you, and we're going to show you how it's better. So now when we watch WarGames, Survivor Series, we're going to go in there thinking it's going to be so fucking tame because it is. It's not going to be what AEW did.
No.
It's war in this bitch.
And actually, I mean, honestly, you kind of put it in a really good perspective on that piece, because for me it was all like, why do you because in my mind at that time, which you, for all intents and purposes, you kind of answered it, because I'm like, why do you feel that you have to justify what just happened on this show so badly? Like, just let the shit speak for itself. Like, why is it that you have to feel like you need to let everyone know that, hey, listen, what you saw here right now, you're only going to see this here because that's how we do things around these parts, kind of thing. And
you want me to give you another reason why? Because the Briscoes actually tried out in WWE and they told them no.
But there's an obvious reason.
So that's what I'm saying. For Briscoe, he's always gonna have beef with that.
When it comes to the Briscoes, as a black man, I wasn't sure if I was allowed to actually like the Briscoes.
Yeah, because they Confederate flag and having,
because they like, I remember like when I first heard about them, I looked them up, and their whole gear from head to toe, full Confederate flag, and that's a red flag, literally.
And then at first, my other thing was the reach for the Skyboy shit. And then I found out the only reason why he did that was because his daughter really likes Toy Story. So then I was like, all right, you know what? I fucks with you, Jay.
It wasn't until literally maybe like 2 years before. Now, great, because I also never like tried to follow them.
Yeah.
I never followed Ring of Honor shit. So it's like,
the best.
I don't know much about the Briscoes.
I will give them this much. Jay Briscoe, he could cut a fucking promo, my nigga. And it'd be like, okay, you know how Dark Side or whatever, they'll cut that little gutter ass promo and shit. Yeah. When Jay did it, he did it and he gave it substance. Think of a CM Punk promo, but with some hood in it.
Yeah.
It made you feel at the same time.
Which it wasn't until they and FTR started having their little things going on.
Yes.
It wasn't until then where I decided to actually really lock in to look at the Briscoes. Because, like, I've heard stuff about them before, and it's like, I've seen small splurts of them, and I was like, honestly, for a good minute, I thought they were actually black. Because of how fucking tan they was.
I mean, honestly,
from the way that they act,
Jay is pretty much a nigga. I'm sorry. He's the closest of a nigga you can get.
From the way that they act and the way that they looked, and like with how dark they was, like I was like, are these dudes black or are they mixed? And then
I thought he was light skinned. I'm dead.
And then it's like when I finally like really looked at them, and I was like, I did like a quick, like a hard look of their stuff, and I'm seeing like, oh no, they're just in that weird space of like country but trailer park trash, but also ghetto.
Yeah.
And then like, but then it's like, but then they got all this Confederate shit all over the place, and I'm like, oh, I'm gonna just back away.
Yeah,
and then I just left it alone until. When had them and FTR's like very first started doing their little beefing and talking back and forth, and I'm like, okay, no, these guys aren't that bad. And then I also had to do the whole thing. I'm like, listen, I understand what Black Twitter and Black culture says about the Confederate flag and stuff like that, and you can't. But at the same time,
it's also it's one of those. It's also a culture of what the flag means to them, and so
yeah, and
it's
so
not
it's like,
always that type shit.
Exactly. So it's like I've long since put the whole Confederate flag situation behind me. I don't care about the flag type deal, and I understand why country people rock the Confederate flag as far as their whole country bit to it and stuff like that. Because like I actively in my family have very country people who used to wear the camo who wear the camo and they have the Confederate flag and all this other stuff, but it's like they treat me with the utmost respect, and they love me, and they've done plenty of things for me. And so it's all like, these people are not the flag type thing. They're not what they're looking at the flag in a completely different meaning past what it originally meant type deal. Yeah. So I'm like, whatever. And so I ended up doing that for myself, towards the Briscoes, later on down the line. But unfortunately for me, that also meant I ended up missing out on really enjoying the Briscoes in their totality. And now homie has passed on, and may he rest in peace.
A perfect way you can watch anything Jay Briscoe did back in the day was great, but Jay Lethal versus Jay Briscoe, best in the world. Watch that shit. That's all you got to do. That is the best of the best. That promo, the whole build between Jay Briscoe and Jay Lethal, that was when I said Jay Lethal is my, like, I already said that when he was Black Machismo, but when he was in the House of Truth and he was going for that world title, bro, that was the best work of Jay Lethal ever.
Agreed.
Ever.
I agree.
Ever, man. And that
though
match
I did not watch a lot of it, hearing it vicariously through homies, that was the golden age of what's his name? Goddamn.
You remember how you said you got tears from watching Cody almost? I know I had tears from watching Jay Lethal win that belt. It was something, man. It was a really special moment. And I got to see it live though, like through the whole build. Yes. I got to see that live. So I think that's what made it more for me. But rest in peace, Jay Briscoe, man. It's like one of those situations, man. It's like, damn, man. Fuck. Either way. So when we talk about that men's match, yeah, I was kind of mad too, because like Orange Cassidy, like you had the mic, you didn't know what the fuck to say. You said, fuck, you give it to Briscoe? Out of all people, give it to him. All right, got it. Got it. You picked the wrong nigga. But it is what it is. Mark is going to be Mark, We respect Mark. He's a wrestler. He's a competitor. He's a chill dude. I've met him at a wrestling event before. And that was here in Florida one time. But either way, Dynamite, man. Very interesting show. 3 matches, 3 hours. Pretty much almost every match was, if not 45 minutes.
Yeah, pretty much. And
then the commercials and stuff. So, which I find it weird is how we're giving it pay-per-view ass matches. And then we gotta like wait through commercials. So, they got those moments of like, all right, guys, we're on a commercial.
I can only imagine what it would have looked like straight through. Because it's like whenever they came back from commercial, it's not like they showed us what happened. During the commercial.
Because if you have fight, you just keep watching it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, if you got fight. That's how, like, if you watch it on the website, that I tell you about, that's why there was never a commercial. It's just straight. Because if you have fight.
I've never.
Yeah.
Okay, that checks now.
Yeah, but if you watch it on you watch it on the regular station, it will show commercials. But on fight, they just keep fucking going.
Fair enough. All right.
Yeah.
Okay. Noted.
Yeah.
Now that I have that tidbit of knowledge, now.
Yeah, the block is how we
shifting from blood and guts to WarGames.
First off, we got to talk about how good Raw was. Raw was amazing.
Yeah, Raw was a slapper.
Raw was a fucking banger.
Raw was a slapper. Freaking. Now, I will say they are definitely suffering what AEW kind of was, but with both War Game matches, because they're like, all right, slap. All right, these are the War Games.
We're still missing 2 people for each team, though.
Not quite.
I thought we were 4-4 right now.
Well, on SmackDown, the other Uso has joined the team. Did you not watch SmackDown?
Yeah, I did. I know. I'm saying
okay.
because like only the Vision has Drew,
Well,
Paul.
not Drew.
No, Drew is in there.
Wait, did I miss something?
Yes, Drew McIntyre came out. Nigga, did you not see fucking Nigel McGuinness come out and say, "What the fuck is he doing?" He said, "You said anybody. You said anybody."
Oh wait, at the end of SmackDown.
Yes,
I didn't. I literally watched all of SmackDown, but the last match.
Motherfucker, bro.
So okay,
so it's 4 because it's the Bronze, Paul, and Drew. So if you got the Usos, you got Cody,
Usos,
you got
Cody,
Punk. Who is the 4th? Who was the 5th?
Ah, okay.
So that's what they're saying. Currently, it's supposed to be Roman that might be doing it on the
good guys,
the faces, and then the heels. They've been hinting either Brock Lesnar or Austin Theory,
which obviously that means it's. That'll be so weird if it's. It would make sense for. All right. Going on just what the Vision represents,
it should be Austin Theory.
It should be Austin Theory. Going on what's best for business, and by what's best for business, I mean what's best for making the most money out of garbage. It's Brock Lesnar. So let's see where they're going to go. If they're going to give the young talent some shine, or if they're just going to fatten their pockets with this heavily star-studded War Games match.
Which, by the way, if it is Brock, he will be the last one out of their group going in that ring.
Of course!
He will be the last one.
Where would we have expected Brock Lesnar to be anything short of last?
Yeah. I'm just saying, if they don't do that and they make him first, I will be shocked.
Ain't no fucking way.
Ain't no fucking way. He's correct. But I would be shocked. So yeah, we only have 4 on both sides right now.
Okay.
And then the women's is, from what Charlotte has said, she is not going to be a part of this because she doesn't like teaming up with Rhea Ripley. She said the idea of that is stupid because of the history between them two. And I like that segment. I fucking enjoyed that because it's story, goddammit. It's literally like, yo, we got beef, but I don't like this bitch. Why would I team with this bitch? I know we're faces, but yo, Alexa, you're my friend. This bitch isn't. And I'm not going to be a part of this. Which I know what they're going to do. They're going to build it up where Alexa and them are having an issue, and Charlotte's going to be like, well, I got to save my friend, and, that's how she's going to be in the match.
And which, at that point, and that's the thing that AEW still has not figured out how to do, they're building this like the way they are is giving us even more of a reason why. Sure, they did absolutely slap both of these together real quickly. However, though it's been slapped together just, all this way and that way, at least there is substance and reasons why for each person to actually want to do what it is that needs to be done in this match.
Yeah.
And at this point, as far as that goes, I'm perfectly good with that.
Yeah.
Because I personally, when they came out there last Raw and they had that little bit, and
by the way, those last 2 seconds we just talked about on SmackDown, my bad. But continue.
But so I was like, yeah, like on Raw, when they did do the whole thing where they came out there and helped out and stuff like that, in my mind, I was like, it crossed my mind because I was like, Rhea Ripley and Charlotte, like, they got like unresolved tension to a certain degree. Like, Like they've gone blow to blow with each other, and last I checked, I think Rhea is up on Charlotte because she took the belt from Charlotte. So it's like, I wonder how this is going to work. And then you know what they did on SmackDown?
Big up.
I like what you did there. And so what they did on SmackDown, it answered the personal question that I had in my mind. I'm like, all right, so how are they going to coincide with each other? Because I know at least Rhea and Ripley and Ogre aren't and Charlotte aren't friends, and they answered that question, and now I'm interested.
I'm very interested. Before we gotta get to, I'm just gonna put out the things that happened on Raw. John Cena's appearance, him winning the Intercontinental title, Stephanie Valkyrie versus Raquel Rodriguez for the title, and then we had Sheamus versus Shinsuke Nakamura for the Last Time Is Now tournament, and then also Rusev and Damian for that match, and then we had it where the Kabuki Warriors won the tag titles. So just putting that out there, it was a stellar match.
It was that. Now that you say that, like, Raw was really fucking stacked.
Yeah.
Like, almost unnecessarily stacked, but in a good way, because we need that now.
I mean, you didn't like when John Cena won the belt, though.
Yeah, I was trying to like not go into all of that. Trying to skip through it.
I was happier than a bitch.
I feel as if my video should have spoke enough.
And I was happy about that. My man's a Grand Slam champion, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's the last time, bro. Give it to him, bro. Let him get one. There's niggas out who got double Grand Slam champions. Triple H, Seth Rollins, okay? Them motherfuckers got 2-time Grand Slam. And we talk about John Cena never had one. One. Give my man one. How can you be the greatest of all time without a Grand Slam? Come on now. Gotta have one.
By not actually being the greatest of all time.
Nah, get out of here. Anyway.
One of, but I'm not going to go back into that whole glazing situation and stuff. But it's like, whatever. I'm gonna leave it at whatever, because I don't want to get into it. I'm trying to save all I got to say about this John Cena run for when it's over.
I will say though, it was dumb as fuck that my man did a frog splash and he just flips and eat. I'm like, did you just eat that shit? Like, did you not? So you just ate that shit? It just ate? Okay.
Once again, bro.
Okay.
When is his last match?
December 8th. Also, Cody wants to start doing that shit whenever John is done.
What?
He wants to start doing the superhuman strength shit that Cena used to do. That Cena does.
When is his last match again?
I think it's December 8th or the 13th or some shit like that. It's in December.
I will revisit all of this after that match.
Once you cry like me, bro, because that man's done. Oh.
I wish I could say that I would,
man, bro,
but there's no reason for me to should.
It's because it's that part of us that reminds us that we're getting old, my nigga. You got to remember, we saw this man start, and now we're seeing this man finish the lap. Okay?
Sure.
So a part of us as we were kids when we saw that man. Now we're adults seeing him saying bye. It's the same thing with Undertaker. Like, you've always seen Undertaker. You've always seen Undertaker. And now you are never seeing that man in the ring again.
So, yes, I can kind of agree. But the difference between the last time I saw Undertaker in the ring and probably the last time we're going to see John Cena in the ring is that leading up to it, there was so much going on that there was a reason for it. Now, let me also clarify. To me, Undertaker retired when he had his match against Roman Reigns at WrestleMania in Orlando. And when Undertaker left his shit in the middle of the ring and walked off.
So you saying fuck the AJ match then?
I won't say fuck the AJ match, but like those feelings that you're talking about, that you're saying that I should have.
Yeah.
I felt that when that happened.
Okay.
And then when you look at the stuff that happened prior, leading to it, the story that was kind of being told, whether if it was being told on purpose or not, because just prior, Undertaker had his whole situation where he fought Brock Lesnar and he lost. So it's like, boom, the streak is done. Okay? Undertaker did whatever he had, but then it was like...
Didn't he have that Bray Wyatt match next, though? What was it after the Roman one?
That I'm not too certain.
Yeah, I could have sworn he went against Bray and then the Roman match.
Maybe he did. I have to look.
Yeah. Go ahead.
But it's just one of those things where there was going into this point and whatnot where that happened. There was the whole thing of there was a whole situation of like, damn, this is looking like it could be Taker's last situation. But then there was like that possible hope. And then when the match that happened, and how, you know, there was the back and forth, and Roman Reigns kind of was doing his whole thing of like, nah, fam, you're done. You're washed. I'm going to take you out type deal. And it was like, there was a bit more of a emotion for me at that time. And then it was like, once the match was done and the way things looked, there was that whole bit of like, oh, fuck. This really might be it.
Well, I think also as a fact, too, because when you look at Taker and you look at Cena looks like body-wise, he still can go. Taker at that time definitely looked like grandfather should be like chilling.
And he was kind of looking beat, but it's like that also kind of added to that story type thing.
Yeah.
And then I guess which is also another thing when it comes to this John Cena situation. It's like, though that was not his finish, that was almost like his implied retirement kind of thing.
Yeah.
And so it was all like, because it kind of like happened out of nowhere, and so at that moment it felt so real. Whereas like with this John Cena thing,
it's because you were pre-aware of like, bro, I got 1 year, y'all. After this year, y'all won't see me no more. So you've had all the way from January to now where you didn't know that was Taker's moment, and then you saw it. So you're like, oh shit.
Exactly. That part.
Got
exactly.
It.
And then on top of that, when it comes to this John Cena situation, it's like, if I were to compare it to the perfect retirement in Sting, it's like Sting did the same thing.
Yeah, he did.
Where he said like, hey, yo, I got like one more, this is my last
year. Wow.
But then like you watch Sting's retirement run.
As every match of like, man, he's almost there. Oh, man.
It's like, and you watch everything happen, and like, though, you know, hindsight is like, he actually ended undefeated, it didn't feel like he ended undefeated because there was turmoil, there was this, there was that going on, you know. He had, you know, he went through his little situations, and then he had the big finale of a match. And it's like, there was a smoothness to it, but then there was also that feeling of like, damn, I'm really watching this guy for the last time. This John Cena run has been a fucking joke. It's been a fucking joke. Garbage matches.
Whoa. Are you saying every match was garbage?
No, I'm not saying every match.
Oh,
I didn't say all of them were garbage.
Okay, just making sure.
I said garbage matches.
Just making sure.
I mean, you might as well say most of them were. What? Let me see here.
No, go. Just go. Go ahead. Goddammit. Go ahead. I'm only taking the slander so much. Only so much, nigga.
But it's like one of those things where we tried to make this last run of John Cena so many different things, but what it fucking needed to be. And it's because of that, it has lost its flair of a last run. And so it's like, this last run is the equivalent of watching Ric Flair retire and then see him go to TNA to not retire. And then for him to continue doing the, for all intents and purposes, stupid shit that he's been doing ever since he retired here in Orlando. And that's what this John Cena's thing has felt like. Now, of course, they're trying to redeem it at the end, but then I also feel like there's been such an overglazing of John Cena. It's almost as if they're trying to force it into our minds that he is... When people consider themselves the greatest of all, or should I even say, you ever heard the fact that if you have to constantly remind people of something, that maybe you're not that something? That's what I feel about this. When Triple H came out there,
oh God,
and literally got 3,000 John Cena, I was physically sick. I felt like I was watching gay porn, and I don't watch that shit.
Yo, what the
bro?
fuck?
Triple H was literally out there.
Oh my God! Nah, bro, that's wild, bro.
Bro, you cannot tell me that Triple H was not out there.
Nah, I mean Russell Talk even said that shit.
I mean straight globble, 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 bro. Straight globble, bro. And I'm just like, come on, dog. If you have to hammer it down that hard, why are we trying to overcompensate for John Cena?
What if these are people who are just wanting to express how much they appreciate him and appreciate what he's done for the business? Because you got to remember that he was one of the saviors of the business at one point. You got to give it that, all right? And then two, my man has done so many Make-A-Wish, bro. Give him credit, B.
Bro, people didn't gawk Hogan like that, dog. Now, great.
Nobody would ever gawk like that motherfucker.
I mean, to a certain degree, they tried, but like, let me compare back to Sting here, okay? How many times did we have to say that Sting
Bruh, you didn't hear Tony Schiavone glucking that motherfucker every time he came out there? It's Sting! You remember that?
Now Tony Schiavone did not every single time have to go through the whole process of saying that he is the greatest of all time. Sting is the greatest of all time. Greatest of all time is Sting. All right. The greatest of all time. The greatest of all time. Time great of all is. Like they did not do that.
Well, you know, damn man, I can't even say that shit. God damn it. All right, man, let's move the fuck on, bro. I'm not about to take this Cena slander no more, my nigga. You know what I'm saying?
When it happens at the end, I will give my full report.
I'm gonna put a camera right on your ass. But pause. I'm gonna put a camera right on you.
What? I swear, when you say pause, you make it so much worse. Like
I'm gonna put a camera right on you.
Listen, I've already made it up on my mind. I'm probably actually just going to do just a full-on YouTube video, and I'm just going to sit here, just look into the camera, and I'm going to be like, all right, y'all, let me give you my full-on feelings on this John Cena retirement run.
And watch y'all, he gonna express his profound love of the character and who he is as a person. I'm looking forward to that, bro. Anyway, so back to Raw. So Nikki Bella, she turned heel on Stephanie Valkyrie, which is obviously obviously gonna happen. But
I'm glad it finally happened, and maybe like we can start doing something with Stephanie.
Did you hear? But Nikki though. But did you hear the audience saying the comments they were saying to Nikki?
No.
John Cena left you. John Cena
Unfortunately,
left
there's
you.
always going to be that, which is too bad. But at the same time,
it was wild, bro. That was wild.
It is what it is when it comes to her on that, though.
I mean, some will say she fumbled the bags, but still, it's still fucked up. Like
I can't say so to a certain degree.
I can't say she didn't. She got what she wanted in life. She wanted to be a mom.
Yeah,
she's a mom,
and And sometimes you have to make that choice. Like,
Yeah.
John Cena didn't want kids. She wanted kids.
Yeah.
And so instead of just sitting here in this perpetual, like, give me kids, no, just separate ways.
Yeah.
Nothing
wrong with it. Not wrong with it, bro.
Although, like, is she even still with the guy who she had kids with? Like,
I want to say yes. I want to say just for the sake of the family, yes.
he said for the sake of...
For the sake of the family,
Like,
yes.
I don't know if she's actually still with the father of her child.
I'm not too sure. I just don't want her to be... I'm going to speak positive that you are, okay?
Hopefully. Without looking it up, hopefully. But
yeah, that match between her, Stephanie Valkyrie versus Nikki Bella, why are we doing that? I'd rather have Trish Stratus because I can know Trish Stratus is going to give me a good match, okay? Nikki Bella is not going to give me a good match. All right.
Nikki Bella just she's got to run her course. We know Stephanie's good.
She is a very much you can look, but don't touch it. Like, don't bring it back in the ring. You can look at it, don't bring it back in the ring. Just you can look, but you can't touch it. Don't have a match with it. Just leave it alone. Leave it alone. That match she had recently, I forgot who was it. Was it against Becky?
Who?
Nikki Bella.
Now,
no, it was Lyra. Was it Lyra?
No, you're talking about Miss Pop Rocks.
No, but that was a match she was going for a title where Nikki
then that was Becky.
Yeah, then when she was on the ropes and she tried to do,
was a really bad match.
Yeah, no, it was bad. It was bad. And that right there was like, yeah, no. Trish Stratus can come back. No problem. She's still good. She's still good.
It's really interesting to me that, like, Nikki Bella is in great shape. All right.
Absolutely.
And she still looks fantastic, but like
she wasn't the best wrestler.
She's
from the Diva era, bro.
She's never been necessarily like the best. She's not horrible.
She's not trash. No, she's not.
I'm
not gonna say the name, but go ahead.
Oh.
Yeah, because I know that. By the way, the person I was going to mention, they are thinking about bringing a girl back.
Oh, interesting.
She said, no, excuse me. I take it back. She was saying that the door is always open for her to go back because she was like, yo, wrestling is such a great thing. And then the audience and stuff like that. If they ever call me back, absolutely, I would take it. And I think they were like in talks potentially. And I was like, okay.
But like when it comes to her and like, no, I mean, granted, I feel as if maybe she might actually be a bit better now that she is heel because she's 1,000 times more better heel than a baby face.
Who you talking about, Eva, or you talking about Nikki?
Nikki.
Okay, yeah.
And so, like, maybe there might be some better traction there. I mean, granted, I kind of like I feel like this doesn't necessarily do anything super great for Stephanie. Because
she needs people to beat.
I mean, sure, this adds to like her repertoire of people who she needs to fight, or at least to like give her some more bodies to take out. But it's like the people who she needs to be fighting, funny enough, are like
in the fucking match,
are in WarGames right now. So it's like. But it's like,
and
right now,
thank God that WWE said let's include our fucking champion in that. I mean, granted, they are doing in the men's, but matter of fact, they got both of their fucking main champions in that match. That's stupid.
What do you mean?
CM Punk and Cody are both in that match, so there's no heavyweight title defense at Survivor Series. Period.
Oh yeah, of course not.
Yeah,
of course not.
Yeah,
because right now, in between that, everything is gridlocked because the people who could be fighting for those heavyweight titles are fighting to fight a man who is about to retire.
Yes, and here's the thing too. Those two have to be the most protected in those matches because we already had Seth get injured. We can't have Cody or CM Punk get into that match.
Well, see, that's the thing. I would not say they need to be protected. For all intents and purposes, there's two things with this match. Either A, the bad guys are going to win.
I wasn't talking about protecting their character. I'm talking about protecting their body because we can't get them injured.
Oh.
Because they're both in that match.
I mean, yeah, because, especially considering the fact that the person who was originally champion already is injured.
And CM Punk has been injured twice now since he's been back. in WWE, and it's always normally around WrestleMania season. Luckily, last year was his fucking first time finally doing that.
which is why I go back and say, Briscoe, you didn't have to go out of your way to say that, you're only going to get this kind of action here, because you should just let it speak for itself. Of course, we're not going to get blood and guts at WarGames.
We got WrestleMania coming up, bro.
Exactly. Of course,
I don't see them doing that for what's their fucking name? All In, whatever the fuck. I swear to God, I don't know which one it is now. Is All In, All Out, whichever their Mania is.
Okay. Well, see, AEW is different because, comparatively speaking, they had some real crazy extreme matches on the previous pay-per-view and the nights leading up to their main event. So that don't matter.
Either way, going back into, like we were saying before, we kind of bounced around a couple of things. But yes, so Raw was pretty good. Rusev won, so you're gonna see him in there. Damian Priest lost to Sheamus.
No, Sheamus beat Nakamura.
Oh yeah, Sheamus beat Nakamura, and then Rusev beat Damian. There you go. I don't see why the fuck Damian would have ever been an opponent against him. And Shinsuke Nakamura versus Cena has been a match people have been wanting to see for ages, but you really should have did it when Nakamura first came to WWE.
100%.
And actually, no, we had the match. It's just Nakamura possibly almost injured Cena with that backdrop.
Was that what?
Yeah, there was a moment where they were having a match. I forgot about that. They had a match, and then Nakamura did a backdrop that was a little bit too. I guess Cena didn't have a chance to prepare, and he landed almost really bad on his neck. I just remember that now. I literally just remember that. So people were saying that Nakamura got pushed down after that, or got punished for that moment. So yeah, because remember that was around the time where he was getting a little red hot again after the whole AJ Styles thing.
Oh.
Yeah, that's why Nakamura's also probably never had another title shot or whatever. But besides that, we have those people in those matches. We have Cena winning the Intercontinental title, and then we have the Kabuki Warriors beating the Best Friends, as I like to call them. And Asuka has been getting a lot of praise, apparently, for what WrestleMania has said, because she had protected Charlotte from getting injured. And I was like, bro, she just connected her arm to her body. Like that's actually a part of the move.
Interesting.
Yeah, apparently I guess what Lamia was saying is that she's been getting a lot of praise for protecting Charlotte.
I mean, if we,
it's kind of part of the job.
I mean, if we remember, it was actually Asuka who fucking killed Charlotte to begin with, man. Because there was a spot. What was it? The spot that fucked up Charlotte's leg was in a match with Asuka.
Oh. She probably was like, man, I don't want to lose. I want to get in more trouble. Hey, yo, make sure her arms are. And then I'll do the insane. But I'm like,
but yeah, Raw was straight. Raw was good. SmackDown was okay.
I still don't see Mello on there, but I won't see him no time soon.
I mean, he's in the your time is now thing.
Did you see about what Montez Ford? He's apparently creating this character that on social media.
No,
he's trying to push like a solo, but he's been pushing his character. He's been doing a lot of vignettes and promos, and people are noticing he's trying to push this character and hoping that WWE sees it. And, which the thing about with WWE and a wrestler trying to get themselves over outside of the ring, have we not learned from Zack Ryder? They want to make you over organically through them. They don't give a fuck if you are really cool and popping on social media. That's not the narrative we want to push.
I mean, look at the original versions of what Black and what's her name are right now.
Aleister Black and all?
Yeah, look at the original versions of them. They try to get over on social media.
Oh, you talking about Karrion Kross? Yes, okay, sorry.
Yeah, yes.
Now I get it. Yeah,
that's why I said the original versions of them Like they tried to do that. I mean, number one, I didn't know that. I haven't seen, nothing has come my way. I haven't seen anybody talking about it.
I watch WrestleMania a lot, and they often talk about things that happen on the background.
But like, I mean, whatever, I guess.
I mean, yeah. I mean, Montez Ford is one of those people that will be a great singles competitor. I mean, I would not like to get rid of the Street Profits because they're like a tag team who you like both characters. There's no like, I mean, we know that, I guess you could say Montez is the Jeff Hardy, and then fucking, why is his name not
Matt?
No, fuck, not actual Matt, the other guy. Montez Ford, and then there's the other guy in the Street Profits.
Oh, I was blanking. I'm like,
that's why I'm blanking too right now.
You're talking about Dawkins.
There you go. God dang it.
No, it's just like when you was like, I wasn't sure who you were trying.
I was trying to say that Dawkins would be Matt. But the thing about with the Hardys is that both of them still make careers solo and still were like, it's Jeff and Matt. Like, it's not just Jeff, right?
Yeah.
Whereas every other team, we've always said this person's the Jeff or this person's the Shawn Michaels. But with the Street Profits, both of them are just as fucking good.
Funny enough to make that comparison, because I agree. It's like which I feel as if that's what they like. If they want to do their own solo things, that's what they need to do. They need to treat them like a Jeff and Matt Hardy, and not a Mari Jannetty and Shawn Michaels.
Yeah,
because when it comes to Jeff and Matt, they're definitely not a Mari Jannetty and Shawn Michaels situation, because like Jeff went on and was able to do his own thing, and then Matt Hardy has gone on
and become
several different things.
Mm-hmm.
He's had several different gimmicks that he's done.
Stronger Than Death, Money Matt, Broken Matt.
He's got all these things, and he's evolved and made himself different, and done these things. Now, granted, Jeff Hardy,
he's always been the same.
He's always been Jeff Hardy.
Except Willow. No,
Willow. There is the Willow, and I feel like when he was in TNA, when he was doing his heel run, he was kind of sort of like Willow Jeff Hardy a little bit type thing. But even still though, like I feel they could do that, but I don't think now is the time to be trying to do that. Like that, because like it's not like they have not like if they do it, they need to do it like when they're both at a high point. Right now, they're very low. And I don't think if they split up right now, they're going to be out here looking like the Acclaimed.
Please don't do that. Which they're going to get back together soon.
Please.
I mean, shit. I mean, I do miss the bars. That was honestly the best part of Dynamite is going on in there. Let me see Homeboy's bars today.
Listen, I miss the Acclaimed so badly.
The Acclaimed. Da-da-da. That beat is fire though. I ain't gonna lie.
It's a fantastic beat.
It's a fantastic freestyle beat. But yeah, SmackDown. We had Jay Cargill actually go against B-Fab.
Who cares?
Squash match, pretty much. And then we also had
Dragunov doing his thing,
which the H-bomb still looked really good, even though people are saying it looks stupid.
Which is crazy that they'd say that looks stupid, but they're gonna want to glaze stuff like fucking the running chop moves.
Yeah.
What is it that the spirit gun?
Oh yeah, it's a clothesline. It's like a running clothesline.
Or what?
The haterade.
Or the haterade. Yeah. Okay. So H-bomb garbage, but we're gonna praise the haterade.
Yeah, you got mad beef with that move, bro.
We're gonna talk shit about the H-bomb, but Eddie Kingston's okay. All right.
That backhand, yeah, that shit's stupid.
Right.
But along with that, we did have. I think Cody wasn't going against Aleister Black that night. He was
It was literally the one match I did not watch, only because I was like, oh, okay, Cody's going to be is defending his title against Brunson Reed. All right, cool. He's probably going to lose.
Yeah.
And then I made my way here to do the podcast. So that's why I did not see.
Oh, now I remember. Sami Zayn is clear to wrestle, and now it's gonna be I believe, which I'm very curious. Are we gonna have 3 War Games? Because the way they made it look like as if now it's Sammy's crew versus the MFTs,
which I have a problem with because we literally have the Y6 in the back. Like, what's happening?
They were supposed to be going against the Y6. I thought that they were talking about that shit.
That's the way they.
But I think Bo is still.
Well, see, that's the thing. They didn't necessarily talk about it. They tried to set it up like that was a potential.
Yeah, like they want to see how the crowd would react.
And so it's like, and it's one of those things where I feel as if that is more necessary to do than the one that we're getting for the guys. And if they do this with Sami Zayn's crew and the NFTs, and that is a War Games match, I'm going to be very upset.
That's 3 War Games.
Not the fact that there's 3 War Games, it's just the fact that that is a War Games match. Because that's stupid. Absolutely stupid. Why?
I mean, Shinsuke Nakamura, Phoenix, you got Sammy, you got who was the other? Oh, the Motor City Machine Guns. That's gonna be crazy if they do that. And then you got the MFTs. That's gonna be a crazy match if they do that. I'm just saying.
All right,
it's gonna be crazy.
Okay.
Which honestly, in reality, I think that would be a more AEW match if that was gonna be one. Like, you know what I'm saying, compared to.
Oh no, that's a very AEW. Bro, it's literally a conglomeration versus the guy.
Yeah, son of a bitch.
You walked right into it, bro. You walked right into it. Yeah. It's literally conglomeration.
Yeah.
Versus.
They got their Mexican in there too, but he, yeah. So Sammy would be Orange Cassidy, probably. Yeah.
Well, comparatively speaking, with the way that this is working, Sami Zayn takes the place of Darby Allin in all of this.
He would,
story wise, when it comes to how he's been dealing with the John Moxley of NXT. Of SmackDown. With his Death Riders,
and they be losing too. Yeah. God damn. Not the MFTs being the Death Riders, bro. You heard it here first, guys. MFTs are basically Temu Death Riders. All right, guys.
Temu Death Riders. Yep. Yeah, it's whatever, bro.
Yeah. We got to see. Now here's what I've been really wanting to talk about. We got fucking Zack Ryder back in WWE. The theme song was good. The gear was good. Are you serious, bro? I was popping the fuck out. Because you got to realize, Zack Ryder back in the day, very tiny guy. Like, you know, body-wise, he was not. Him now, he's fucking jacked.
Listen, Zack Ryder is
he became what Vince would have wanted.
Matt Cardona is a main eventer.
Yes.
Okay. Now, I do find it interesting that they brought him back as Zack Ryder. Now, for all intents and purposes, I would like to think of it as just for nostalgia.
Yeah,
that why
really
they let him come out and do the Zack Ryder thing.
Yeah,
is what I want to believe. And honestly, the match was good.
Yes, it was.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, I knew good and damn well he wasn't going to win.
I really wished, honestly. I mean, I don't know. I don't think he has a contract with WWE, but like, it's one of those moments, man. His time, it may not be now, but he really fucking deserves it.
But I'm
talking about like the win, like he deserves that shit.
I agree with that, and for all intents, I mean, as Matt Cardona, he has been winning, kind of.
Not in NXT.
Oh yeah, he literally had the last match he had.
He lost, nigga.
What did
he lost his debut match in NXT. He lost that shit.
Did he?
Yes. That's why I found it funny that he was Matt Cardona in NXT. He hasn't been booked for WWE in almost 10 years. And he goes there and he fucking takes an L. And then he comes back as Zack Ryder, and he fucking takes an L. And then people in the comment section says, come back to WWE and go right back to jobbing. And that's why I was pissed the fuck off.
But see, now because now that I'm thinking back on recalling, he did lose to that to what's his name on NXT.
Yeah,
I don't know why I forgot about that piece.
No,
but
Matt Cardona.
But I mean, for all intents and purposes, it really could have gone either way because it's not like LA Knight's been winning either.
Yeah,
so it's like, but because of the fact that, you know, LA Knight is their talent right now,
yeah,
I was not expecting LA Knight to lose.
The comment section are saying they should be a tag team and call them the Knight Riders.
All right. Okay.
I'd be here for it.
That's not bad at all. The Knight Riders.
Come on,
I'm sure.
Yeah.
But
he'd be like, woo, yeah.
The only problem is the fact that it does not do anything for them.
No, it doesn't. It gives
because
them
Matt Cardona is a singles competitor, and
he is a world champion.
And he should be in the upper main. I would say not the upper. He should be in the main event.
He should be. I would say if he comes back to WWE, give him. No, actually, no. He has to go to the main event. He can't come back and do the IC title because that's where he left.
Yeah,
so he has to come back. Yeah, he has to come back.
He has to come back, and he has to be a main eventer.
Yeah.
And right now, the reasons why I know that Knight won is because Knight is currently a main eventer. If they were to bring them and put them as a tag team, that immediately and instantly puts them as mid-card talent.
Here's the thing too that really kind of pisses me off about Zack Ryder. He really looked like he might be related to Hunter with how he looks nowadays. Like, just imagine Matt with a bald head right now. He got the Triple H beard. Anyway. And he got the build a little bit.
Anyway.
And he wears his gear similar to how Hunter did back in the day.
Overall, this week of wrestling has been honestly on both sides. It's
you still haven't watched Collision, by the way.
Collision. Oh,
I gotta watch New
Wait
Japan.
A second.
Oh, you forgot to talk about TNA?
We did forget to talk about TNA because something very important happened on TNA. Which
pull up the tweet. Pull up the tweet. I used to pull up the tweet.
I don't even think I have the tweet anymore.
You know it's in the chat.
Is it?
Yeah, you sent it to me in the chat.
I sent it to you.
Yeah.
Hold on, let me because I that's right. I'm glad I sent it then, cause goddamn, where is it at? Where in the chat was it? Because I don't remember.
It was like earlier today.
Was it?
Yeah. Hold on, I'll pull it back out for you. It was this link right here.
Oh, there we go. Okay. Because for some reason the link didn't want. So, yes, as I'm quoting from this tweet that I got, that I found, which is from @Peps Wrestling, it says Santana's TNA title run wins the title approximately 3 months too late. TNA doesn't tape a show for 4 weeks. Defends it on the first taping against. Now, let me also be clear. He did not defend the title against Kazarian. He actually defended the title against
was it Nick?
Nick Nemeth.
Yeah.
Okay. He or actually no, because not Nick, because Nick is
Matt.
There you go. Yeah. He defended against Matt Nemeth. All right. He defended the title against Matt,
and that crowd was red hot for him too.
Oh yeah, and then proceeds to lose because. So let me go ahead and just paint the picture all out for you here, right? Because the first half of that is exactly true. He should have won the title way back in the triple threat, but he didn't. He lost. He then later on fights and beats in a very emotional way. He beats goddamn Trick Williams. TNA goes on a 4-week sabbatical. Okay?
Which, did they ever explain why?
I think that's just something that they do. Apparently.
That's stupid, nigga.
But so they finally have an actual show now. He ends up finding Nick Nemeth because Nick Nemeth comes out there and interferes and starts talking shit and stuff like that, right? And what it actually turns out to be, or at least it was supposed to be, is that this was kind of sort of like a whole ruse to help
Nick get the title.
So, Brother Nemeth is trying to soften him up so that Big Brother can come out and cash in that little, thing.
Call your shot.
The call your shot. He was going to cash that in and try and take the title from him. But in the match, you see where he's about to come out to the ring and he gets jumped by somebody who I'm pretty certain the person who he gets jumped by is actually Kazarian. And so he gets jumped and he gets laid out in the back, right? And then in the middle of the match, a bunch of NXT motherfuckers just come in there and just jumps everybody.
Did we know specifically who was NXT was?
Who was it? It's so William Regal's son, who was the leader of the Catch Crew that no longer exists. Goddamn, I know. See, the problem is I know their faces. I just can't think of their names.
No, you good. You good.
Now.
We can keep going.
But Alexis King was also in that bunch, which I actually met him in person.
Oh, you mean
Pillman's son?
Pillman, yeah.
Pillman Jr., yeah. I actually met him in person at a card shop.
Okay.
Cool folks. He liked my shirt. I was rocking a GT shirt. He was all like, fucking love your shirt, bro. And he's also apparently a GT fan, which makes him okay with me. But anyway, so they come out there, they jump him, they beat him up, they jump him, try to break his arm, all this other stuff, right? They literally put a whole ass hit on him, tried to take him out. Then Kazarian comes out there, calls his shot, beats him, pins him, takes the title. That's how that all went. So when you fast forward to when we were talking about the pay-per-view and how we're all like, I don't see him. Yeah. Apparently nobody else did either.
Trick was like, you know what, man? Trick and A is cool, man, but I'm about to hit this main roster shit at some point, so I'm gonna need to let go of this belt. Even though I could do this forever, because Tricky Day, Tricky Day.
Which that's good. Also another thing, because I watched the last man standing match that him and
Ricky did
and Saints had, and I want to like Saints. That match made me put some respect on him.
You mean Timu Rock?
Whoa.
That's what everybody keeps calling him.
I'm once again, I respect him a bit more than to call him Timu Rock.
Or Edge even called him Rock 2.0.
Once again, I will give him the respect he deserves in that aspect. That I'm not gonna say that kind of shit about him. All right, I'm not gonna say it. But what I will say is that I really need him to get a new finish. Now, granted, the way he beat Trick, he didn't even use the DDT.
No, he used the spear.
Okay. And the way that match ended, I do kind of like how it ended, because it also still made Trick look really, really strong. Mm-hmm. He just although I do kind of take a little gripe with the fact that they was the referee was counting them both, and then he pushed Trick away and the referee still counted. I thought that was a little weird, because that's
he was getting up, so that's a reset.
I was like, that's not how that works, but all right, for the dramatic of it, sure, whatever. But
and then the ruler,
the real star,
is coming back for the title,
but
he's not gonna win.
But which
honestly, to me, the fact if you put them against each other again and he loses again, that's worse.
That's gonna be worse, because if he, but that's them. Going back to TNA and this title run, in this title reign.
Oh yeah, sorry.
I'm just honestly, at the end of the day, I'm just kind of like, I knew it.
Look. Here's the thing. He got that belt, and they spent the block and say, "No, we taking that shit back." I'd use this finisher against him. We spent the block and got it back and gave it to a real TNA legend.
Yeah, let me tell you, it's unfortunate for him because boy, oh boy, an absolute transitional definition.
I mean, 4 weeks of no TV, first time we ever see him with the belt on.
He loses it,
and you defend it on your first. And remember, we always say, you never want to be the first person to defend it. I mean, to go against them during a defense, because you're more likely going to lose.
I mean,
unless you're transition champion.
I mean, technically, younger brother Nemeth did not lose that match. Technically, it was a draw because NXT came in there and jumped both of those motherfuckers, bro. So
did he leave with the belt?
I mean, no, he didn't.
Then that's an L.
But, well, no, because the champion also didn't leave with the belt.
He took an L too. Nothing changes the fact that yes.
No. He's the only person who took an L that match. Bro. Let me put it to you like this. When Nick Nemeth and Kazarian fought each other and they pinned, that was a draw. And because it was a draw, they both got the call your shot situation. They did not lose, and they technically did not win. It was a stalemate. So for all intents and purposes, younger brother Nemeth stalemated with the champion. He did not lose. That doesn't go as an L in his rule book or in the book of wins and losses. But the champion did take an L that night. So for all intents and purposes, you could honestly say younger brother Nemeth deserves another chance at the title. Now, sure, the champion probably does rematch clause wise, but he lost. Real transition.
Either way, we both said Mike Santana we don't see him as that champion right now. There's nothing about him says that champion. He could be House of Glory champion all you want to. He could be MLW champion, but I don't see him being TNA with a brand. We have so many other talents who are currently.
Santana was a feel-good moment and only a feel-good moment.
He's a great wrestler. I do love his wrestling ability, but him as being the face of that company, no.
Santana's championship. Santana winning the championship title, as far as like importance kind of goes, and like moment, and as far as moments go, kind of sort of feels like what happened with Joe Hendry. Joe Hendry, he won the belt, and it was a moment, but he didn't really hold it very long because shortly after winning it, I think he defended it like one time before.
No, he defended it twice because he had that triple threat, and then he had the match against Trick where I think he actually won one of them. I could have sworn he had at least 2 to 3 defenses. Because one of them he had that shoulder. 2 of the defenses he kept like nursing this shoulder situation.
Okay.
So that much, yeah. Then I think he also had to defend it one time on NXT. I have to look back, but he had a couple of defenses. He definitely did.
Yeah, because he did also have it for a.
He did have it for a while.
He did have it for I can't even say.
I want to say 3 months.
I was going to say a bit longer, but like comparably speaking, it was 3 times as longer if it was 3 months. Goddamn.
I think it was like 3 months at least.
But like it was
say his name.
It was more for the moment, as opposed of I could really see Joe Hendry going the super long run with that title.
Because he's not the wrestler that you might see, at least there. Maybe NXT.
I can't say that bit, but like for the time that he had the title kind of thing, like I feel like the time was a necessary amount. However, I feel like where this should have went is Trick Williams carry it for all this time, and then Joe Hendry get it back from him, get his lick back. Because for all intents and purposes, Joe Hendry never got that.
Well, that's because he's going to NXT now, so that's why he likes it.
Which you know, in hindsight, yes, but it's like with Santana, like I just didn't see it. I never saw it.
Nope.
And maybe I just missed the build up to why it made sense that he should, but it's like
because he kept going back-to-back matches with. It's pretty much the equivalent of WWE's normal booking. Yeah, we're gonna book him multiple times to go against the person with this title, lose every one of them because he's been in like 3 matches against Trick for that fucking belt, and then finally on the 3rd one, he won. So I will say this much: outside of that situation, Mike Santana, I will give you this much: congratulations on 1,000 days of being sober. Continue to fight, my brother. I have not ever experienced that before, but continue on the fight. Kudos to you, 1,000 days sober. I just feel like that's a really bum way they did that to you. Is you got a 1,000 day being sober and you lose your fucking belt. That fucking sucks.
Yeah, I will say the timing on that is kind of crazy.
Yeah, that's crazy.
The fact like they wanted to highlight that, but then give him a reason to want to have to
whoa,
that's
to dip your toe back in. Damn, that's crazy.
To disrespect him in such a level,
that's crazy. Yeah.
But hey, maybe they'll have him spin the block and get that belt back again. But like I'm okay if they don't.
Outside of that, I gotta watch New Japan whenever we finish this.
What, is there something going on tonight?
I mean, New Japan's always. I think if they have something, it might be a house show or something like that. Regardless, you try to watch New Japan in general. So,
if they don't get that New Japan ish up in here,
yeah, you got to start watching on it. Cause I saw big up. You know what I'm saying? We got. I need more of him in the ring. I need more of him in the story. Cool character.
Okay. And actually, you actually saying that does remind me because. As we get ready to wrap everything up, next episode of the podcast.
You keep saying this now.
Well, I'm not referring to that. I was actually referring to because next week is the AEW pay-per-view.
Oh, full year, full year.
And remember, I'm not going to be here.
Yeah, so probably me and Story.
And so
me or whatever.
That's why I said, speaking of Story, it's just going to be the Undertaker and Paul Bearer of the
you know what?
BBOD.
For 2 seconds, I was about to say, bitch, I'm not. I was like, if anything, I'll be the Kane, motherfucker. You got the Undertaker goatee shit going on, but then I was like, nah, you right. Yeah, you're right.
But yeah, I'll be absent, but in my stead, Story will be.
Or I might, actually, I'm trying to collab with Main Event.
Oh.
Yeah, I've been messaging him. I'm trying to see if we can. I might actually see if he's cool with us doing just a video of us talking about AEW if he's watching it.
Okay.
Because I've been trying to see if we can get together because he's local.
Funny enough. I'm probably going to be seeing him.
Well, then bring it up when you see him at the show.
Tonight. But
because does he wrestle? Or he just only does press.
He does. No, he actually does he does the ring announcing.
Oh, I'll do that if I could. Shit.
But well, yeah. So I guess we'll figure on that. Now, the other thing that you thought I was talking about.
Yeah, that one topic.
If it wasn't for the fact that this week actually had a lot of crazy shit going on. I have it ready.
Oh.
I've done the research.
Oh.
I figured out the things. So
doing research.
So we can definitely get it in the absolute, regardless of what the fuck happened in wrestling, unless it's absolutely insane. Which, funny enough, I think the next time we'll be here will be for the
War Games, yeah.
But as Jay Briscoe said, you know, you're only going to get blood and guts here. You know what I'm saying? I don't expect the War Games pay-per-view to really be a big much to talk about, since Briscoe had to go out of his way to make those comments. But hey.
It was the equivalent of when WCW said, "Hey, you know the world champion, Mankind, he's supposed to be winning the belt." You don't want to tune in on that. It was literally the equivalent. But as always, guys, please let us know what your thoughts are in the comments with everything that's going on in wrestling currently as well. If there's any topics you would like for us to talk about as well, please include those in the comments as well. As always, please choke slam that like button, tombstone the subscribe button, as we are here every week because the ring is sacred. The questions are real. The destruction is guaranteed. And I am the Masaku.
And it's your boy, Swag Switch in the building.
So until next time, have a good one. Enjoy your weekend and hug your loved ones. I don't know. I can do a better outro than that. But you got legit this time, not the boss. No boss.
The boss is actually bro. To be honest.
It's good because you don't need cool Moné.